My girlfriend announced she was going on a 2-week self-discovery trip with her ex. I said, "That sounds wonderful." Then I moved out while she was gone and left a note. I discovered my own path too. Her panicked voicemails started before she even boarded her return flight. I'm 29, male, and was lounging on the couch streaming a show when my girlfriend, Elise, 27, dropped the news. She came out of the bedroom, stood right in front of the TV, and said, "I need to talk to you about something serious." Her tone was so grave I thought someone had passed away. "I'm going on a self-discovery trip with Lucas." Lucas, her college ex, the guy whose pictures still lingered on her social media, the one who truly got her creative spirit, or so she claimed. I paused my show. "When?" "Next week. It's a wellness retreat. 2 weeks of mindfulness, journaling, and finding ourselves." I nodded slowly. "Just you two?" "Don't make this awkward," she said. "It's not about him. We're just friends now, and he's dealing with his own stuff. We got a group rate for 2. Look," she went on, "I know how it looks, but trust me. This is about my growth. Lucas just happens to be on a similar journey." I sipped my coffee. "Sounds wonderful." She blinked. "Really?" "Yeah. When do you leave? Tuesday morning? You're actually okay with this?" "Elise, if you need to find yourself, who am I to stand in your way?" She looked wary for a moment, then broke into a wide grin. She kissed my forehead like I was a well-behaved pet. "This is why I adore you. You're so enlightened." "Enlightened?" "Sure." She spent the next 3 days packing, buying new athleisure wear, and rambling about energy alignment and inner calm. I smiled and agreed, even drove her to the airport Tuesday morning. 2 weeks will pass quickly," she said, giving me a quick hug. "I'll have spotty phone service, so don't worry if I don't message much." "No worries. Enjoy your journey." The moment her plane left, I headed to a moving company. Here's what Elise didn't know. Her name wasn't on the lease. She'd moved into my apartment 8 months ago. Never got around to adding her name. The furniture, 80% mine. Even the plant collection she loved showing off, I'd paid for those. I'd already secured a new place the day after her announcement. Signed the lease Monday while she was off cleansing her spirit at some wellness center. The move took 2 days. I was precise. Took only my belongings, left hers neatly arranged in the living room. Kept the utilities on so she wouldn't return to a dark apartment. The note I left was concise. "Elise, I embarked on my own self-discovery. I realized I deserve better. Your belongings are in the living room. The lease ends in 3 weeks. Contact the landlord. He's expecting you to either sign a new lease or move out. I found myself, and that doesn't include you. Best wishes with your energy alignment." Then I blocked her number and settled into my new place. Update 1. You wanted an update? Hold on tight. I blocked Elise's phone, but forgot she had my email. Big mistake. Wednesday afternoon, the first email hit. "What is this? I came back early because the retreat was a disaster and you're gone? This isn't a joke. Where are you?" She came back early? From her soul-searching journey? After 5 days? More emails poured in. "The landlord says I have to sign a lease. I can't afford this place alone. This is manipulation. You're trying to control me. Lucas thinks you're being emotionally abusive." "Oh, Lucas has thoughts now? Nice." I didn't reply, but I called my friend Nate, who still lives in the old building. He spilled the details. Apparently, Elise showed up Wednesday night, furious. Lucas was with her, naturally, and they were shuffling her stuff around, trying to figure out next steps. Nate overheard her on the phone with her mom, yelling about how I'd abandoned her and stolen the apartment. But here's the twist. Nate heard Lucas on his phone, arguing with someone named Qley. Qley was Lucas's current girlfriend, who didn't know about the spiritual retreat until she saw his social media posts with Elise under starry skies. The retreat lasted 5 days before Lucas faced his own relationship fallout and had to fly back to handle his crumbling life. Thursday morning, Elise's mom, Karen, called me. I almost didn't pick up, but curiosity won. "How could you do this to my daughter?" "Nice to hear from you too, Karen." "She's homeless." "She's not homeless. Her stuff is safe, and she has 3 weeks to sort out housing. That's more than most get. You're cruel because you're jealous of her bond with Lucas. Karen, your daughter went on a cozy retreat with her ex, alone, for 2 weeks, silence. She said you were fine with it." "I was. So fine, I decided to find my own peace." "Somewhere else. You're a small-minded man." "All right. Bye, Karen." But the real gem came Thursday night. I got alerts that someone was trying to reset my streaming passwords. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+. She was trying to log in from whatever motel she was staying at. The audacity. I changed all the passwords to versions of Get Your Own Streaming. Then I got a text from an unknown number, probably one of her friends. "Elise wants to know why you're being so petty about the streaming accounts." "She's having a breakdown, over Hulu." I replied, "Suggest some mindfulness exercises." Update 2, the entitlement has gone wild. Friday, Elise tried a new tactic. She showed up at my gym, not to exercise, she doesn't have a membership. She waited in the parking lot for 2 hours until I walked out. "We need to talk." I kept heading to my car. "You can't just ignore me." "We were together for 3 years. 8 months, I corrected, unlocking my car. The emotional bond was 3 years. "What does that even mean?" She grabbed my arm. "Look, I get it. You're upset about Lucas, but nothing happened. Great. We meditated, did yoga, shared our emotions. Sounds enchanting. Stop being snarky. This is serious. I need a place to live. So find one. I can't afford anything. You know I'm between jobs, right? Between jobs for 6 months while her artisan candle business sold exactly 3 candles. That's not my issue anymore, Elise." Then came the manipulation. "If you ever cared about me, you'd help." "I did care. Then you went on a romantic getaway with your ex. It wasn't romantic." Lucas pulled up in his rusty Toyota, because of course he was there, sporting a beaded bracelet and a messy bun. "Yo, dude, can we talk?" He stepped out, trying to look tough. "No." "Man, you're making this harder than it needs to be." "Elise needs stability." "Then maybe you should provide it, dude." His face flushed. "I'm trying to help." "By taking my girlfriend on a 2-week trip?" "Ex-girlfriend," Elise corrected. "Right." "Thanks for clearing that up." Lucas stepped closer. "You're just intimidated by our bond." I laughed. Genuinely laughed. "Buddy, your bond lasted 5 days before you both bailed. That's not a bond. That's a short vacation. You don't get what we have. Clearly you don't either since you're not living together." Plot twist. Elise's face went pale. She'd been telling people, including her mom, that Lucas offered her a place to stay. But Lucas was couch surfing with a friend because Qley had kicked him out. The looks they exchanged? Pure chaos. I got in my car and drove off, leaving them to sort it out. Saturday morning, new twist. Elise got my new address. No idea how. Probably followed me from the gym. She showed up with a moving truck and 4 people. Her mom, Karen, her sister, Lila, Lucas, and some girl I didn't know. They were moving her stuff from the old apartment but decided to detour to confront me. Karen rang my doorbell for 5 minutes straight. I answered through the smart camera. She launched into a rant. "You need to step up and take responsibility for this mess." I did. I moved out. "That's not responsibility. That's running away," Lila chimed in. "You're ruining her life over your pride." Her life's not ruined. She's just facing consequences. The unknown girl was Elise's friend, Tara, from her failed candle business. She took a softer approach. "Don't you think you're being a bit harsh? Like, vibrationally speaking, this is really low energy." You know what's low energy? Going on vacation with your ex Lucas, the mastermind, tried to jiggle my door handle. On camera. Dude, I'm calling the police if you don't stop. He backed off fast. Elise finally spoke, crying, not sad tears, angry ones. I gave you everything. I decorated your place. I cooked for you. I made you better. You decorated with my money, cooked twice in 8 months, and I'm the same person I was. You're being spiteful. I'm being gone. Big difference they left after I mentioned documenting everything for a potential restraining order. But the drama continued. That night at 10 p.m., I got an email from Elise titled Business Opportunity. No joke. She proposed I invest in her candle business for 10% equity. The amount? Exactly 3 months' rent for the old apartment. The business plan was 2 lines. Luminous souls will redefine mindful candles. Your investment lets me create without housing stress. I didn't reply but forwarded it to Nate, who works in finance. His response? Is she serious? Update 3. Monday morning, things exploded. I woke up to my LinkedIn flooded with messages. Elise had contacted every professional connection with, "Hi, I'm raising funds for my mindful candle business and saw you're connected to my ex. Despite our personal issues, I keep business separate. Interested in luminous consciousness through artisan candles?" She pitched her failing candle business to my boss, clients, college mentors, even a random headhunter from 3 years ago. My boss texted, "Your ex is unique. Is she okay?" My biggest client, "I think your girlfriend needs help." My old professor, "Is this a social experiment?" But she wasn't done. Elise launched a crowdfunding campaign. Help a spiritual entrepreneur escape emotional abuse. The description was pure fiction. I'd financially controlled her for years. She hadn't worked in 6 months by choice. Isolated her from friends. She partied every weekend. Sabotaged her business. I never touched her candles. And abandoned her during a mental health crisis. The crisis being consequences. Goal: $25,000. Raised: $37. All from her mom. Things got stranger. Lucas left a voicemail from a new number. "Hey, man. Real talk. Elise is spiraling. She's staying with her sister, but Lila's about to kick her out. She thinks you're sabotaging her energy or something. Honestly, bro, the retreat was weird. She wanted to do this intense mindfulness workshop, and I was like, that's too much. That's why we left early. Well, that and my girlfriend found out. But maybe just give her some money to calm her down. She's making us all look bad, sabotaging her energy. I can't make this up. Wednesday was court day. Not a big deal. She filed a civil claim saying I owed her for domestic partnership. She Googled common law marriage and thought she had a case. The judge reviewed her filing, she represented herself, and said, "Ma'am, you lived together for 8 months. You were on a trip with another man when he moved out. What are you claiming?" Emotional investment damages. The judge dismissed it in 5 minutes, but Elise wasn't finished. Outside the courthouse, she had Tara filming her giving a speech about systemic oppression of creative women. It got 12 views on social media, all from her mom's various accounts. Thursday morning was the final showdown. I got a call from the old apartment complex. The landlord, Mike, sounded drained. "Your ex is trying to squat in the apartment." "What?" "She changed the locks, claims tenant rights. I'm starting eviction proceedings. She printed a fake lease off the internet. It's obviously fake. She misspelled her own name. She misspelled her own name. But here's the kicker. I'd left the utilities on to be kind. She never transferred them to her name. So Thursday afternoon I called and had them cut off. They were in my name. I was paying. Within an hour, I got a call from an unknown number, Lila. "Turn the power back on now." "Who's this?" "You know who." "Elise is there with no electricity. Then she should leave. She's running a business. In an apartment she's squatting in. She's not squatting. She's establishing residency. That's literally squatting." Lila hung up. Friday, it was done. Mike called. "Police removed her this morning. She claimed you were her landlord and she'd paid rent but had no proof, because, it didn't happen. Is she okay? She yelled about Venus being in retrograde and tried to burn incense around the officers. They were patient. I think she meant Mercury in retrograde, but Venus in retrograde is funnier. Final update. It's been 2 weeks since the police escorted Elise from the apartment. Here's where everyone landed. Elise is living with her parents now. Not with Lila, who blocked her after the chaos. Not with Lucas, who vanished. Back in her childhood bedroom. Per Nate, who saw her at a cafe, she's telling people she's taking a break from capitalism and living with her parents is a bold act of defiance. She's still trying to sell candles. Her social media bio now reads, Survivor, Creator, Luminous Soul. She has 73 followers, down from 200. Lucas popped up online with Qley. They're working things out, which, based on their snarky tagged posts, means they're miserable together. He posted a rant about how the retreat awakened his inner vision to toxic vibes. Elise commented, this, and he deleted the post. Karen, Elise's mom, sent me one last email. I hope you're satisfied. My daughter is heartbroken. She thought you were her soulmate. She was going to propose on that retreat with Lucas. He was helping her choose a ring propose, on a trip, with her ex, who was picking out rings. What do you even say? I didn't reply, but had a good laugh with my new girlfriend Claire, met at my new building's community event. She finds the story hilarious. Last night, she joked about taking a self-discovery trip and cracked up. But seriously, want to go to Portland next month? Just us. No exes. The best part? I ran into Lucas at a bar last Friday. He was tipsy and tried to fist bump me. Dude, sorry about everything. Elise is legit unhinged. She tried to get me to fund her candle business too. Said we could be mindful capital partners or some nonsense. I'm like, girl, I drive for a delivery app. He drives for a delivery app. The spiritual guide who was supposed to help her find herself drives for a delivery app. No hard feelings, I said, and meant it. Honestly, he did me a favor. Real talk, though, he slurred. She kept trying to make the retreat weird. Wanted to do couples meditation and energy sharing. I just wanted to chill and vibe with nature, The self-discovery trip was Lucas wanting to relax in the woods and Elise trying to rekindle something. Perfect. As I write, Elise posted on her business page, Big news coming soon. Luminous Souls is evolving into something greater. The news dropped an hour later. She's adding essential oil sprays to her candle line. The oils are just repackaged dollar store stuff. Tara accidentally spilled this in a comment before deleting it. Someone asked if the oils were regulated. Elise replied, I don't bow to corporate oversight of natural wellness. Her mom was the only one to like the post. Looking back, the red flags were glaring. She once tried to pay her rent share with a manifestation IOU. She thought her dog was her aunt reincarnated. She didn't have a dog. She tried to claim my insurance as a soulmate dependent. She once got mad because I cheated in her dream by talking to someone. But the outcome? Exactly what it needed to be. She found herself, all right. Found she's an entitled person who thought she could chase her vibes and keep me paying her rent. Me? I found that standing up for yourself isn't petty, it's essential. Also found my new place has amazing water pressure, and no one tries to put crystals in the microwave at 3 a.m. To those saying I should have talked it out, I did, by moving out. Sometimes the best response is action, not words. To those saying I was too harsh, she took a 2-week trip with her ex and expected me to be fine with it. The bar was in the dirt, and she brought a bulldozer. And to Elise, since I know you're reading this, hi, Karen's account, the retreat center called. They want their yoga mat back, the one you apparently took. They're talking legal action. Best of luck with your luminous soul. You'll need it in court. Peace out.